Welcome to our new episode of A Black News Report. I'm your host and activist, community activist Michelle Williams from Tampa, Florida. You can follow us on our Facebook page at A Black News Report. Follow me, your hostess, community activist Michelle Williams, on Instagram at Tampa Activist. You can also follow us on our new YouTube channel at A Black News Report. Today we're going to report some interesting news. You know, that type of news that makes you just say, did she really just say that? Let me go ahead and tell you all right now. Today we're going to begin with our Florida news. Right now, the murder trial for Michael Dunn, the accused Caucasian killer who killed Mr. Jordan Davis, the 17-year-old. He was a passenger in his friend's SUV as they were parked waiting to get some gas at a local gas station up in Jacksonville, Florida. What happened was, let me just go ahead and recap this whole situation for you all. Michael Dunn pulled into the gas station. Mr. Jordan Davis, the 17-year-old who was killed, his friend went inside the gas station to pay for the gas. Mr. Dunn got out of his car, you know, just like he was just like this gun-ho white man, and said, hey, your music's too loud. And you know, when they said, well, what's wrong with our music? We don't have to turn down our music. This man then went to his truck, came back, and he shot several times into that SUV. The bullets that struck Jordan Davis, the 17-year-old, he was murdered. There were other teenagers inside the truck also. You know, they were injured also. I mean, we have to understand how important this trial is. Coming up September the 22nd, they're going to be having jury selection for the retrial. Yes, you heard me right. There is a retrial of this case because the jury said they were hung, that they could not make a rational enough decision whether or not they were going to punish this man for murdering this young black child and shooting and injuring the other children that were inside of that SUV that day. We also, on September the 29th, they're going to be having the trial starts. So this is a case that we need to be proactive. We need to be in Jacksonville, Florida. We need to be on the ground, because what this man did, he shot and killed this young black child, 17 years old, injuring all those other black children, and he got into his SUV, drove all the way back to Orlando, Florida, ordered him a pizza in his hotel room, and sat there. And then he decided he wanted to turn himself in after the police got there, and they released the tape to the news media, because you can clearly see the vision of his face. I mean, if this is not something that should have been an open and closed case, just as we all know, the same thing should have been with the Trayvon Martin case. I mean, at what point do we all say as a black race that we stand united and we start, you know, some people say, you know, oh, Miss Williams protesting and marching is extinct. But you know what, let me tell you something. Baby, it get the job done. It get the job done, because let me tell you something. Wherever we are and there's more than 5 of us gathered together, you better believe they shaking. They shaking. So you have to understand, we need to be there. This is a story that we're going to keep recapping. Every time that we do a report, we're going to recap this Jordan Davis case, because this is something. And what we need to do, we need not to let the state prosecutors put Jordan Davis, the 17-year-old black child that was murdered, we need not to let them do what they did to Trayvon Martin. They put Trayvon Martin on trial instead of putting George Zimmerman on trial. That's a no-no. We're not going to have that. So that's our Florida news being brought to you today. You all know, guess what's going to come up later on in the show? Bang! Them bullets, baby. I tell you, I got some people still talking about the bullets from the other day. Honey, they hot. They hot. But right now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to our next segment. We're going to go to our entertainment news. As you all watch the stories unfold about actor and comedian Tracy Morgan, he was severely injured in a New Jersey car pileup on the New Jersey Turnpike. You know, and the sad thing about it is the driver that caused all of this huge car pileup, he was a Walmart driver, deprived of sleep, a black man, hadn't slept in over 24 hours and driving. So, you know, it just puts me in mind of something that a friend of mine who used to work for Walmart as a driver, and you know, and often he used to tell me, you know, they knew that those drivers were not getting the right sleep and the drivers were not obeying what they should have done. But those Walmart is more concerned about hey, you better get that product to that store, and it needs to be there this date, and it needs to be there on time. You know, so you have to understand what happened. One passenger was injured doing that 6-car pileup. Our prayers and our hearts go out to the family of the person that died. But we also want to remember to keep Tracy Morgan in our prayers on this evening. Next, Bobbi Kristina. Baby. Why you gonna show up to Larry King Live, hide in Cooter Brown, and then you got on mixed match shoes? Baby, what is wrong with you? You had on mixed match shoes, Bobbi Kristina. Baby, I'm telling you, you look like a skeleton of your mother when she first started using crack cocaine. Baby, you got to get it together. You are the legacy of a legend. And I know your mama probably flipping over in her grave, honey, because you seen too much growing up as a child. You know, you seen the drug abuse, you seen the physical, the verbal, and emotional and mental abuse coming between your parents. Honey, you got to snap out of it. Don't keep giving these white folks something to keep reporting about all this bad publicity to you in the news, honey. Honey, that's a thumbs down, baby. Go have a seat, girl. I'm telling you. Okay, honey, let me tell you something. R. Kelly's son. That's a moment. That was a moment. Hold on, let me do it again. Because, baby, R. Kelly's son, please tell me why the young man told his dad, Dad, you've been paying for drugs for me to go ahead and have my transgender surgery. And when I read this online, I said, well, maybe somebody pulling a bad joke, or maybe, maybe somebody just reporting, you know how they be having those fugazi pages on the news and people reporting false shit and everything. But baby, the little boy want to be a girl. So he's taking all of this medicine, prepping his body for breasts, prepping his voice to change, his facial features. I mean, who does that? I really want to know what R. Kelly is really thinking about all of this. His mother is on the reality, TV show, Reality Ex-Wives. And I'm just like, are you serious? While y'all trying to turn up for reality TV, you better turn your asses down and start paying attention to these children, because the stuff that they're going through and what's going on mentally in their mind, baby, it is not right at all. Next, Love and Hip Hop reality star Stevie J was arrested for owing a whopping $1 million in child support. But baby, all on reality TV on Love and Hip Hop, honey, you can't let Stevie J tell you any different, because he got it going on. He living in the big White House. Him and Miss Jocelyn Hernandez, and now she talking about she want a divorce from Stevie J. Child boo, go have a seat, honey. You knew what you was getting yourself into. Because, honey, let me tell you something. The same way you meet a man is the same way you lose him. You met him while he was cheating on his baby mama, Miss Mimi, so you gonna lose him to all of his baby mamas. We're gonna take a pause right now, and we'll be right back. Hey, you need a wedding? Need some pictures taken? Go ahead and call my boy, Mr. Eric B. That's Eric Bennett Photography. Give him a call at area code 863-668-1387. Again, that's 863-668-1387. I don't know about you, but I love capturing those moments that I'll never, ever want to forget. Call Eric B. Photography. And we're back. And guess what time it is? It's time for Bang, Bang, Bang. Oh, the bullets. Y'all ready for the bullets? Okay, here they go. Over in Lakeland, Mr. Doug Mills of the Lakeland Police Department found himself on the receiving end of a hot bullet to the shoulder after he went and addressed and approached a man that he said had a warrant out for his arrest. But to his surprise, honey, this go-getter thought that he was Clint Eastwood in an old Western movie, because, honey, this baby was strapped over there. This man had not one, not two, not three. He had 4 pistols on him. Why you in a community park with 4 pistols on you? What was the funny part about this part of the news is the black lady that they interviewed. She was just like, baby, she said he was about ready to get down. He had 4 bullets on him. That sister right there, I may need to go find her something. She told the news better than the news reporter did. That's bullet number 1. Bullet number 2, baby, when I tell you, I can't get enough of this story. Detective Eric Houston, remember when you did the 4,600 drops in the dead people name? The people that you had arrested, the inmate names, people that you got behind and you pulling their personal information and you just running their license plate tags. Yeah, that's you, Detective Eric Houston. You and your wife, baby, just recently got caught over in Walmart and Brandon, baby, using them what? Them EBT cards. How the hell, cracker, you gonna be so stupid? I don't understand this. That was a real dumb white person move right there. Were you that desperate for some food? I mean, I know you and your wife now got fired, but come on now. You got a pension plan somewhere. She got a pension plan somewhere. They didn't take your state certifications away. That's what we need to be working on right there, is having your state certification taken away. Baby, let me tell you something. You get a whole bunch of bullets. You get a bullet for every person that you did a drop in. Okay, so you get 4,600 bullets in your riddled ass, okay? So detectives have ID'd a Tampa man who was just murdered days after he got released from prison. So I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, who in the hell walk out of prison and get killed? This man done did 2 years in prison, came home on 5 years probation, and you get killed. I don't understand what is really going on. Baby honey, that's a bullet on stupidness right there, because whether or not you was trying to rob somebody, you was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I keep trying to tell you, black brothers, that when you hanging with undisciplined people, you got to understand undisciplined consequences and repercussions gonna come behind that. Baby, get it together. My heart goes out to the family of Mr. Akeem Casey, because no one deserves to die in a brutal murder the way he did. But baby, that's a bullet. Bang! You got to be more careful on that one. A Tampa police officer's son was murdered this morning. My heart already goes out to the officer because I personally know him. 28-year-old James Williams, no relation to myself, because soon as the story came out, every time somebody with the last name Williams is in an incident, everybody want to blog me on Facebook and talk about Miss Williams, they not in the kin to you. No, Mr. James Williams is no relation to myself, you know, but my heart goes out to his father right now. Apparently, Mr. Williams was at the acquaintance of a friend girl's home apartment over in Temple Terrace, Florida this morning, where he was murdered. The witness that was lived downstairs in the apartment complex said, you know, hey, you know, this old man, he said, I was so scared and worried about what was going on up there above my head, because he said one of those bullets could have came right through the floor. But this is the thing about it, is the witness said just this past Saturday, that Mr. Williams and the same young lady and other people were at a pool party at the apartment complex, and the man said everyone was getting along. So because something in this story does not sound right, but you better believe, with his father being a TPD officer, I hope that justice is rendered to him, because again, we are losing our young black men at a record high number in Tampa right now. Baby, I'm telling you, it's finna be a long hot summer. Y'all better get it together, boo-boo, because you better start talking to your children right now. Talk to your children, talk to your cousins, your nephews, your uncles, because yeah, we got some grown men out here that think that they still thugging it, you know what I'm saying, when they need to be having their asses a seat somewhere. Okay, baby, let me tell you something. We have got to get it together real fast. We're going to take another brief break right now, and y'all know what's coming next. Honey, have a seat.com news. We'll be right back at you. Hey, let me tell you something. Everybody want to be a hood star. Go ahead and call my boy, Mr. Dale Burgess, over at D&D Production at area code 813-892-7000. Again, that's 813-892-7000. Go ahead and get your hood star on, baby. Push it in the groove, honey. Work it. Call D&D Productions. Hey, do y'all remember when we were little kids and we used to play that game where what was it? You walk around and you run around the seat, and then you have to sit down real fast. Baby, let me tell you something. That's what type of news we finna have right now. Cause I don't know what in the hell is happening happening in the state of Florida right now. Well, all of this corruption. Last week we reported how the judge, he wanted to duke it out with the public defender, and now here it is again in the same county, down in Broward County, Florida. We have Judge Anna Gardner. I want to make sure I say her name right. Judge Anna Gardner got caught with her vajayjay being exposed in a sexual ring that she was sleeping with the state prosecutor who had been prosecuting cases in front of her. But let me tell you how this story right here takes a huge twist. So he was looking for a victory. Okay, just like all of these state prosecutors do when they in front of a judge. The only thing they got on their mind is win, 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 win. And that's a whole nother segment that I promise you all on next week that I'm going to bring to you all about some hidden secrets that go on in the courtroom that you all don't even know about. But guess what? I'm going to start exposing courthouse secrets. That's what that segment is going to be called. But check this out. So he wanted this victory, okay? He wanted this victory so bad, you know, he winking and throwing her kisses and, you know, patting his chest, all this, doing all this foolishness and fuckery up in the damn courtroom. And that's exactly what she did. Instead of her looking at the color of the law and making sure that this defendant that was being tried in front of her, that he was going to receive justice, only thing that she had, oh, I better get this win for my boo-boo. My boo-boo going to be mad at me if I don't win this case. But honey, let me tell you something, how this takes a twist. So she goes in front of the Florida Supreme Court, but guess what they did? They said, honey, not only are you not fit to be a lawyer with the sanction, honey, you are unfit to be a judge. So she has been disbarred. The state attorney in the case, his name was Howard Schenberg. He's the prosecutor that was prosecuting the case. He receives his Florida bar license back in the year 2015. But baby, check this out. So you know, hold on for a minute. Let me inch up a little bit on this one, baby. Don't tell nobody I told y'all this. But guess what this heifer did? She turned around. You know when you being investigated by the Florida Bar and the Department of Justice, so they sent a private investigator, right? They sent this investigator from the Florida Bar to investigate her. Baby, guess who had some marital nuptials? Child, how about this heifer done married the investigator who was investigating her? Let me tell you something, Judge Anna, honey, you is a hot tamale. You got a hot for JJ Boo Boo. You around here sleeping with the state prosecutors. Now you done married the investigator. So I'm trying to figure out what part of this investigation did he really leave out, and what did you really do in between there, honey? Let me tell you something. Let me find that your ass was in your chambers bobbing for some apples, okay? Baby boo, honey, that's a have a seat moment right there, honey. I'm telling you. Let me find that you were bobbing for some apples. Girl, please. Girl, you must be thought you was a video vixen or somebody or something, baby. I don't know what the hell you thought going on. Okay, in our next bullet of haveaseat.com news, honey, let me tell you something. Remember how I told y'all last week how the chickens that came home to roost and what was going on out in California with the Bloods and the Crips and the Mexican gangs out there? Honey, let me tell you something. This 20-year-old boyfriend and girlfriend couple, white couple, okay? They done went to Las Vegas, Nevada, baby, and two cops sitting in a CC's Pizza restaurant. They done went in there and said, you know what? This is a revolution. Bang, bang. And shot and killed them honkies right there in the goddamn store. What happened? I don't understand that. So, you know, you have to understand, baby. They put a swastika flag on one body and they put a don't tread on me flag on the other one. Honey, let me tell you something. They turned around and went to the local Walmart and shot an innocent bystander. And then they turned the guns on themselves. Honey, that's a haveaseat.com moment. Because what the hell you talking about? This a revolution. How the hell you going to start a revolution? The only thing you did was kill 3 people. Boo-boo, you dumb as hell. You deserve to be killed some goddamn well. What the hell wrong with your ass? Guess what? It gets even dumber in the damn haveaseat.com news. Let me tell you something. A retired Brooklyn judge seeks the reversal of his own conviction that he convicted a white man 15 years ago for murdering a black man up in Brooklyn, New York. The judge is now alleging that the state prosecutors race baited him for this conviction. Huh? The state prosecutors did what? Race baited you? I thought the prosecution was just for wins. So what guilty conscience are you having, sir? I don't understand this. But Judge Barbario, 85 years old now, says his conscience has haunted him for sending an innocent man to prison. Let me tell you something. Have a seat, old man. You should have kept your dementia mind ass right where it was in your home, okay, somewhere, and just let this case just go ahead. Because, you know, the way I look at it, the same way that quote-unquote innocent white man was sent to prison, guess how many of my innocent brothers and nonviolent offenders have been sent to prison at the hands of you white judges? I show you all no mercy whatsoever. So if you want a different show, I guess you tune into a goddamn different channel. Because not on a Black News Report, baby. This is where it's unadulterated truth. It's the raw, uncut truth. So if you're looking for something else, don't follow me. Don't look at me. Don't listen to me. Turn the goddamn computer off. Turn the laptop around. Flip the goddamn mouse and say, I don't want to listen to that heifer ass no more. I don't even want to hear her voice. But you better believe I'm always going to bring you the truth. Let me go ahead and say this. Last segment I brought to you all, because you all tell me, oh, Miss Williams, you got to do a final thought. You got to do this. I said, I don't do final thoughts. I'm going to do my kick-ass moments. Something that a friend of mine, we talked about today, that I'm going to make sure that I stay on. And next week, we're going to have some fun on a Black News Report. Let me tell you something. I want to stress again, that if you hanging with undisciplined people, be prepared for undisciplined consequences and repercussions. I want you all to understand that you can teach your child, you can raise your child in the manner in which you want that child to be raised. But if your child has chosen to get in a car, to go and get his or herself inside of a gang, or these, I can't even say gangs, because according to the local FBI, we really don't even have any gangs except the Bloods, the Crips, and the Latin Kings, and, you know, the white supremacists and the KKK, and then now they trying to say that the Black Panthers, that, you know, hey, we're a gang. But I'm talking about, okay, well, if we're a gang, then what are you? Because y'all been the biggest bullies since Jag Hoover. Okay, and we already know that white boy, that honky ain't have nothing good to say about what he, you know, that private ended that right there. But look, stay true to the cause. You want to know what Miss Williams is about? I'm all power to the people. I'm about the real education of our people. I'm about the real education of our education to our children in school. You just can't depend on these teachers to teach your children where they came from. Black history has to be taught from within. You can't depend on them to teach you their European history. Talk to your children over the summer. There are some important things that are going to be happening that you all need to know about with the new Hillsborough County curriculum that's going on. But just don't pay attention to Hillsborough County. If you live abroad, make sure that you get involved with the PTA, the Parent Teachers Association. Make sure you go to the parent teacher conferences. Make sure you attend events that your children are having at school. Because right now, like I said at the top of the hour, we are losing our youth at a record number. Like I say, I know we all shuck and jive, and you know, we like to have a little bit of fun. We like to say little things, you know, to make you all laugh on this show. But the most important thing is, when you lose this, everything else is gonna follow. When you lose your mind to corruption, when you lose your mind to the untruth, everything is gonna follow. We're gonna start losing our kids more. We're gonna start losing our finances more. Black businesses that used to be thriving in the city of Tampa, we're gonna start losing everything. Stay true to yourselves, okay? Miss Williams loves you. We love you from the bottom of our hearts, but you have to understand, you have to unite with one another. We can't progressively move our race forward if we are not uniting. This is going to end our segment of a Black News Report. I thank you all so much for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at blacknewsreport.com. Please follow me, your hostess, community activist Michelle Williams, on Instagram at Tampa Activist. Hey, and don't forget, YouTubers, we're now on YouTube. Follow our page and our channel at a Black News Report, or just search me, Michelle Williams. I'm the one with the cute little hair and the pretty little face. Okay? Thank you all so much for another wonderful segment of a Black News Report. and thank you for tuning in to a Black News Report. I'm your host, community activist Michelle Williams, coming live from Tampa, Florida. Seems like it's raining cats and dogs out there right now. I'm hearing the rain fall on the windowsill, and it sounds so lovely. So if you have any plants, it's best that you get them out there and let God and Mother Nature take care of its best. Today we have some news for you all, and I'm excited to be the one that's on the other end reporting it to you. Oh, okay. And welcome to our next episode of a Black News Report. I'm your host, community activist Michelle Williams, coming live from Tampa, Florida. As always, today it was beautiful and sunny outside with a little shouty of the rain. Oh, shit! Do it again! And welcome to our new episode of a Black News Report. Damn!